Hey guys, today is Tuesday, October 17th, and 2017. I am doing a video on an experience I had yesterday regarding a non-trans related medical procedure. And I'll just go ahead and let you know what I had. I had a colonoscopy. It was routine, nothing wrong with me. Um, but I wanted to share with you how I felt and how people responded towards me and share a little background of where I got to, uh, how I got here. Um, so, real quick, this is my first actually medical procedure that I've had since I've had phalloplasty. Uh, so, I haven't been nervous about anything. Prior to phalloplasty, I would get nervous because I would feel a need to tell them, I know it says male, but don't be surprised, da 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 da. And oh, okay. Um, and it was very stressful for me. I'm not one that responds really well with that kind of tension. And a lot of it I bring upon myself, I know. But I do get through each thing and I do survive it. But up until the point that I have to uh, confront it, I have a lot of anxiety. So this time I was thinking about it a few weeks ago and I was kind of going through the paperwork, getting my, I's dotted, my T's crossed, all the stuff I had to buy for prep and all that stuff. And then it dawned on me that this was going to be the first time that I have gone under a sedation of any kind, uh, being full male as far as physically. And I thought, wow, a thought came through my mind was, I wonder when they see me what they're going to think. you know, it didn't stay there long. It wasn't stressful or anything, but it was kind of like I would love to be out of my body looking down if at all they react to anything, just to see. And so when I went to go in yesterday, she was going through my history, and she starts saying, "Oh no, oh," and she had her pen by hysterectomy, and I said, "Ch-ch-ch-ch." I said, "It's okay," and I told her, "Look down," and it said gender dysphoria. I couldn't see what else it said because I didn't have my glasses. She goes, "Oh, okay, oh, I got it," and she goes, "I just never know because they make some stupid mistakes on the paperwork," and I said, "I get it, but it's all good," and I wasn't stressed at all. Even though uh, it wasn't that I found it amusing, but in my brain, the way I function, I it was a quick reaction where I said, and then in the split second after it happened, I was like, oh, I forgot all about having to have that on my history. It's sad that we have to, but it is very important for them to know what kind of surgeries a person's been under and their bodies and stuff. But so we got going and got the IV, and she did tell me, she goes, "Oh my God, you have tough skin." And I said, "Tell me about it. It's gotten really tough the last couple years." I said, "I give myself a shot once a week, and it hurts now. It didn't used to hurt." And she goes, "I started to go in and thought, oh my God," and I had to go really hard. And you know what? It didn't hurt. She didn't hurt me, and that's the first time I haven't. Huh? And it was in my top of my hand. So anyway, uh, so the funny thing to me was when they wheeled me back to the procedure area. It was an all male staff, and I thought that same thought came in my mind about, I would sure love to be above them looking down if they saw me totally naked, and if it kind of looked different to them and they had to look at it twice, what their thought process would be. It's not that I was worried about it. It was entertaining to me in a way, but it not in. I guess entertaining is not the right word, but it was just kind of the way I cope with things. I just probably would have, the curiosity, would have been um, kind of, I don't know how to say it. Maybe you know what I'm talking about, but it's not that I'm laughing at myself or laughing at them, but you know, I'm different. I look at myself. I don't look at myself as. I look at myself as male, but I've always saw myself as male. Now the difference is that when I interact with the public, when I go out and do things, I don't have to worry about it now because they see me as that male, and it feels good. That's what feels good. I don't feel like I'm playing a part anymore. It's I'm my true self now, and I'm doing a documentary, and so I don't worry about those kind of things anymore. And I wasn't nervous at all yesterday, and I just it felt good to not have to have that added padding to your shoulders going into a procedure like that. Uh, in the beginning of my transition, if you have gone back to my earlier videos, you will hear me say at different times regarding different subjects that number one, I remember saying that I was okay, I didn't need bottom surgery, and that was a coping mechanism in me because I knew that I didn't have the money to pay for bottom surgery. Now, I knew that if it really got bad, that Tony and I would get the money together to have plasty, but I didn't get the growth like a lot of people talk about, and I do blame that a lot in the beginning on my endocrinologist. I think it's real important that they get hormones in our body enough in there pumping so that we can start creating, the body can start creating those secondary characteristics that it needs to. I don't think they get that yet. Even the ones who are good at transitioning, I would think that they would school their peers of who want to help the community, but they all like figure out things all on their own. And when they say, "Oh yeah, I've dealt with transition or transgender people, I've done HRT," and you go to them and they're like, they don't know it, you know more than they do. And but anyway, we'll get off that. So I knew down the road really if it really came down to it, but it was my coping anyway mechanism that I settle and just accept that I got to transition and people can see me for me on the outside. Uh, when my insurance covered transgender surgeries, uh, I jumped on the bullhorn. And then I went through that plasty, and Tony had to remind me that I wouldn't be happy with it because I don't hardly have, I wouldn't have anything, and I don't know if I would have been a candidate for it anyway, unless it was buried, hidden somewhere. But she said, do what you're going to be happy with. Don't settle. And I think we're so used to settling because for years, a lot of us around my age group, a lot of us had to go a lot and uh, live with the LGBT community regarding our sexual orientation. We had to settle for things, and the younger people, they have more balls. A lot of them live as who they are, you know, and there's still struggles as teens and children. But anyway, getting back to, it's just that once it was available to me, I was on the train. And no matter how slow the train got, it, it was, I kept saying, I can do it, I can do it. And just be patient. We want things so fast. I watched new guys here, and they're on T 3 months, maybe 6 months, and they're expecting deep voices. And I'm thinking, to be a child again, to start puberty again. But once everything really kicks in, the the feeling of just being whole as you go outside and you you live your life, and you're amongst people, and whether you know them or not, and in the phalloplasty and the erection device, you go through times where you think you've got too much of a bulge and you worry about how it hangs, and you're watching people, you're watching guys and their junk. And I've said it on this video too. Football is the best place to watch once you have phalloplasty, because it really helped me realize, why am I worrying so much about it? You know, if they're looking at me and they think I got a hard on, well, that's their problem, you know, because I'll tell you, guys don't care. And the guys who do care, they like to look bulgy. They like to show they got something in their pants. But anyway, I wanted to share this experience with you, and to share some of the joys, not always the frustration. But Tony cut my hair, by the way. Yeah, she did a pretty good job. I've got bed hair now. I just wet it down, but my the girl who cut my hair last time just didn't cut it the way I wanted it to. So I told her how I wanted it. She did it, and it's how I want it. So if I'm going to wear it long, this is how I'm going to wear it. But anyway, guys, until I think of something else or something else happens where I want to share it with you guys always take it one day at a time and make your journey as simple as possible. We'll talk to you later. Bye.